Help! Help! It's happening! The attack is on! O'Grady Farm! Send help! The Leprechaun is attacking! Army, Navy, guns, Marines!
Hello everyone from us at Sinister Cupcakes. I'm Scarecrow.
And I'm Dualia, and today we are reviewing the 1993 horror comedy film Leprechaun. We will start with a short synopsis, then talk about whether the movie is actually worth watching, and finish with what we liked and didn't like, along with any fun facts we discovered along the way. Well, let's head up to the lab and see what's on the slab.
This wacky and fantastic movie is written and directed by Mark Jones, who is inspired by a combination of Lucky Charms cereal and the 1986 cult classic Critters, to make a horror movie which featured a small murderous creature, which then became Leprechaun. The film stars Warwick Davis as the titular Leprechaun and features a young Jennifer Aniston. It also co-stars John Sanderford as J.D. Redding, Ken Olandt as Nathan, Robert Hyde Gorman as Alex, and Mark Holton as Ozzy.
While on a trip to Ireland, a foolish man steals 100 gold coins from a leprechaun. Upon returning to America, he finds that the creature has followed him home and will stop at nothing to have his gold returned to him. Luckily, he locks the leprechaun in a crate with the power of the four-leaf clover, where the creature lays dormant for 10 years, until an unknown family moves in and unleashes this ancient Irish evil on a murderous rampage. With the aid of their skilled contractors, this unlikely group of heroes must band together and overcome the magical monstrosity of Leprechaun.
After that, I'm sure there is no question whether the movie is actually worth watching.
Yes!
It is! This film was just fantastic. Maybe not as a traditional horror movie, so don't expect to be scared, but as an entertaining experience, it is definitely worth your time. You'll appreciate it more if you view it as a dark comedy rather than a horror movie, because that's what it is. A lot of people laugh at the very idea of a murderous leprechaun, but once you get past that and accept it for what it is enjoyable and downright hilarious. And it was good enough to spawn 5+ sequels, so you know it must have been at least a little good. In the words of Warwick Davis himself, this movie is meant to be enjoyed with a group of friends and a nice beer. So if you get a chance, have a drink and have a watch.
Okay, so that's the synopsis along with our thoughts on the movie, so if you don't want to spoil anything, we recommend stopping our video here and watching the movie for yourself.
If you don't care about that, don't want to listen to us, or already have seen the movie, good for you, because now we can enjoy the horrific hilarity together.
Now that the scaredy cats are gone, we can discuss what we enjoyed about this rather ridiculous movie.
Number 1. Warwick Davis. This guy steals the show. If for nothing else, you should see this movie for his performance. The director Mark Jones wanted the movie, and specifically the Leprechaun himself, to be more in line with conventional horror. But Davis added his own flamboyant flair to the character, and Jones loved it, which created the horrific and memorable character we know today. Number 2. Makeup and special effects. Warwick Davis's makeup was incredibly creepy, and the special effects used throughout the movie were very well done. All the makeup effects were done by Gabriel Bartalos.
Number 3. Outstanding sense of humor. This movie will have you laughing over and over again from Davis's quick and witty one-liners.
We're cooking now, kids!
And the silly situations they are able to show having a magical leprechaun as a character.
Say, aren't we a little young to be out this late?
No, I'm 600 years old.
This movie embraces absurdity in a way few movies do, and it has a special place in my heart because of that.
I want the door out.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, well that's what we liked about the movie. As always, we would love to hear from you, and look forward to hearing about what other ridiculous horror movies you like, so please comment below.
Now, we're going to continue with what we didn't like about the movie, or what we thought could have been done a little bit better. Number 1. Bad acting.
Stop! Leave me alone!
Amidst the good actors, there's always some bad ones. Specifically, a few of the death scenes were really cheesy.
Oh no! No!
This old Lep, he played one. He played pogo on his lump. Teach you to steal me gold.
and the way people reacted to seeing a magical fucking leprechaun for the first time never seemed to get the mark right.
Is that me gold?
What the hell are you?
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
Number 2. Weird writing. Despite this movie being a personal favorite, it has a lot of aspects that are confusing, especially regarding choices made in the writing. Did the leprechaun wait inside O'Grady's luggage the entire trip from Ireland, just to pounce on him at home, giving O'Grady just enough time to hide the gold he stole? Why did the leprechaun threaten to make a boot out of Ozzy's ear? I mean, he is a leprechaun, but ears are so small. Could he really fashion an entire boot for himself out of this guy's ear? How did the leprechaun get from the O'Grady house to the retirement home, back to the O'Grady house, and end up in the forest wasting time tormenting a poor officer of the law within such a short period? Many times throughout the movie, he seems to have otherworldly ways of travel. And I'm not talking about his sweet hot rod. Again, he is a magical leprechaun, but come on. Also, O'Grady is left for dead, but survives just long enough to tell Tori about the leprechaun's weakness to clovers, and tells her specifically that the clover must be picked from the patch behind the well.
A four-leaf clover, freshly plucked from the clover patch beside the well.
Why there specifically? Why was it written this way? I assume he was just telling her that there was a patch behind the well, but it sounds like only this patch will do. Like that, by stroke of luck, a 600-year-old Irish demon is weakened only by a clover coming from a small isolated patch growing in a field in North Dakota, where they just so happen to be. Talk about luck.
Number 3. Lack of horror content. Before watching this movie, I thought it would be terrifying. But after a few scenes, I realized that the horror that I was prepared for was not going to happen. It is a good movie, with moderate gore, but there are no unexpected scares or remarkably sinister moments, as the comedy of the leprechaun keeps you in a state of elation. So, if you are looking for horrific scenes to shock yourself, this isn't the movie for that, as much as you may want it to be.
We would love to hear about what you didn't like about the movie, because I know a lot of people dislike it, so do your worst and let us have it.
Finally is the Sinister Cupcakes fun facts and honorable mentions.
Starting with the fun facts.
This movie marks Jennifer Aniston's film debut, and it's also the first theatrical release of Trimark Pictures. It had a budget of $1 million, but due to its cult following, made a massive $8.5 million at the box office, and an additional $15 million in VHS and DVD sales.
To achieve the sinister look of the leprechaun, Warwick Davis spent 3 hours a day having makeup applied to his face and body, which then took another 40 minutes to remove. Davis described the process as not a pleasant sensation, which I'm sure is an understatement, but he returned numerous times to reprise the role, so we thank him for suffering through it.
The creators had the rights to use the cereal brand Lucky Charms in the movie, but when General Mills saw the finished product, they were so disgusted by the subject matter that they revoked the permissions to use the cereal, and so they replaced it with Lucky Clover cereal, an obvious spoof of the General Mills product, and made the leprechaun hate it. The climactic line in the final battle was also changed from "Your luck just ran out" to
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
no doubt an attempt to express their feelings towards the situation.
Warwick Davis did most of his own stunts. The wheelchair scene specifically had to be filmed in slow motion because Davis had trouble maneuvering the chair, but insisted he do this scene himself, even if it caused him pain.
And now the honorable mentions. These are a couple scenes that we really enjoyed and deserve some attention.
The leprechaun's obsession with shoes. This was one of the repeated jokes through the movie, but we never stopped laughing at how considerate he was cleaning the shoes of his victims after they got dirty or when they got splattered with a little blood.
The leprechaun's absurd means of travel. Each time he had to go somewhere, he found some new and exciting vehicle to take him there, each more fantastic than the last. And it all had us in stitches.
A ring around a rosy, a bucket full of posy. Woohoo, faster, faster.
That's it everyone, we hope you enjoyed our video and please check out our other videos as well.
We look forward to seeing your comments, especially about what other movies we should review later.
If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more sickeningly sweet content.
And please check us out on Instagram and Facebook, or you can visit sinistercupcakes.com.
Goodbye for now from us at Sinister Cupcakes.